What's up, guys? It's Jeff here, back with some disc reviews. These are the discs I'd recommend for a high-end to intermediate level beginner. Um, these discs are made by Latitude64. I'll do a little disc overview of what we have here, and then I'll go into deep dive of each disc. Alright, starting from right to left, we have the Latitude64 Pure. Then that is our good putter right here and right here. And then we have a really good approach disc. It is a mid-range, but I would consider it more of an approach disc. Is the Latitude 64 compass. And then another staple of many people is the Latitude 64 fuse. This is a disc golf staple among many players and a very popular mold among Latitude 64's lineup. The fairway driver, the Latitude 64 River, as you can see right here, and one of the most very popular distance drivers in their lineup is the Ballista Pro, as seen right here. Alright, so a little bit of deep dive about each disc. I've been putting for the Pures for many years. I just recently switched to putting with Discraft Lunas, but for the past season and year, I was putting with the Latitude 64 Pure. It is a really good disc. It holds whatever line you put it on, and I've tried it out in several plastics. I have it in Opto, which is their premium plastic, Gold line, which is their premium plastic, Zero soft, Zero hard, Zero medium, Eco, Origio, and Retro line. And that is the Pure. The Pure is really good. This was as a Zero soft Pure, and this one's a Zero medium. If you want a more grippy shot that will grip the chains and kind of if you're using it approach disc maybe, I'd recommend the Zero soft. The Zero soft right here it's very good for putting, but I would just recommend it to be more for approaches because it's so grippy. If you're a hard putter, it will warp. It is very good though for like if you want on a windy day when it's like you want to have kind of putt gently and not like you want to put in the front of the basket. It will be really good. It is really reliable. I've made countless putts using the Pure from 30 feet and in. Very reliable disc. Highly recommend the Pure. It's one of the best discs that Latitude 64 makes as a putter. Up next, we have the compass right here. Compass is right there. The compass is considered a mid-range, but I consider it more of an approach disc. It is very overstable, and the advanced to pro level players can turn it over. One of the people that uses now is Ricky Sakibon Waisaki. He is a touring pro, and I believe is 10,000 rated player. I think he's 1030, 1040 something rated. But he uses that on tour. He does not use this. He uses the mold, but not the plastic, obviously. But it is a really good mid-range, and I use it for spike hyzers, any kind of approach shot. Anything that needs to be like 250 in, that needs to go just any hyzer angle into the green, and very reliable into the green. It doesn't have a big roll away. It has a nice reliable fade every time. Up next, we have the fuse right here. This one's really good because it's a stable mid-range out of the box, and then as you beat it in, it'll become understable, so you get that kind of backhand turnover line without doing the extreme angles. So it will go straight and then have a gentle fade to the right at the end of its flight. So it's really good for intermediate players to learn that straight and then with the late fade shot, which is for some holes it's a kind of requirement to get that birdie or par. Up next we have Lad 64 River right here. That's a highly recommended beginner disc, but I would still recommend it for intermediate up to intermediate level players. Um, it is a stable disc. Um, again, if you want, you can always go with the retro base plastic, but for my drivers, I would highly recommend anything of the gold line or opto plastic. That plastic is much more durable than the retro plastic. This is a base plastic, retro plastic, gold line's a premium plastic. Would definitely recommend for your drivers. I would definitely recommend the River as a good stable with a hard fade or sight fade fairway driver. The River is a good fairway driver. And lastly, we have the Ballista Pro. That is a overstable distance driver, similar to the Discraft Force and the Dynasys Raider. It is very overstable with a heavy fade, and I'd recommend it for hyzer tee shots. You can also use it for flex sidearms or spike hyzers. Again, it's a really overstable disc with a heavy fade, so it's kind of your kind of destroyer copy, Innova's destroyer copy. But again, this has been the Lad 64 disc for the high end beginner to intermediate level player.